Okay, hello, good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, whenever you're watching this. This is the little mini lecture on the metric system. And we're doing this so that you can stop the recording when you want, make the notes that you need to make. This should be going, if you're taking notes, in the notes section of your notebook. And that way you can stop the recording and write what you want to write. You don't have to be live with me. So here we go. What we're doing here is we're getting set up for the converting in the metric system. Instead of going from ounces to pounds to tons or inches to feet to yards to miles, we're going to learn about the metric system. What I want you to do is there are 7 boxes here. Across the top of a regular notebook page, you want to put those 7 boxes. And to give you an idea of the size, here's a pencil. Each box, you want to try and keep them around that big. I would start in the center. Okay, put your 1 in the center. Mine's a little bit off center, I think. Put 1 in the center. And then put 3 on each side. And try and get them right across. If you don't get it this way, it's important that they're straight in a straight line. And you have to have them big enough so that you can write in them. So if it doesn't go well, you can go underneath it and do another one somewhere, but make sure you have it looking like that. So go ahead and pause the video here for a second. If you want to go ahead and make those boxes. Pause. All right, welcome back. Okay, we're actually going to kind of skip over this for a second, and this will all make sense more in a minute. I was going to start a timer to keep this video short, and I forgot to do that. All right, so we're going to hide that for a second. We're going to go up to the bottom. Actually, we're going to show, this is the base unit. This is the base unit for metric system. G stands for grams, M stands for meters, and L stands for liters. These are all lowercase. Grams, meters, liters. Now, what do they mean? We'll start at the bottom. Lowercase l is the abbreviation, and that's a liter. That measures volume. How much liquid is in here? How much air is in here? You can measure a gas. Gases and liquids are measured in volume. How much space? If you have a box, how much space is in there to put stuff in? You might have had something, you're like, well, that box isn't big enough. What you're saying is there's not enough volume in there for what I want. To get an idea, real world, 2 disposable water bottles. Okay, so the water, it would take that amount of space, 2 disposable water bottles, the normal ones that you see, that is a liter. A liter of water is 2 of those little water bottles, the disposable ones. Not like the tiny ones, but the ones I'm talking about, 500 milliliter ones. Okay, so liter measures volume, how much space there is. And remember, you can pause this video at any time so that you can take the notes you want. A meter, lowercase m, measures distance. How far from me to the microphone, right? A meter, the base unit meter, meters is the base unit for distance. And to give you an idea, a meter is about 39 inches. It's longer than a yard. It's a little bit longer than a yard. About the size of an acoustic guitar. That's a meter. Another way to think of it is doorways that you walk through, a normal doorway, that's about 2 meters. So 1 meter, a guitar length, a door height from floor to the top of the door is about 2 meters. Give you some real world relevance. Okay. Lowercase g, again, pause the video if you want and write the stuff down, then listen. G, lowercase g, is equal to gram. A gram measures the amount. I have to have the amount of mass. The amount of mass of something. Okay? Mass is the measure of the amount of matter or stuff. How much stuff is there? How many atoms? How much matter of stuff is there? To give you a real world example, 1 gram is about a large paper clip. Not those little ones, but the little bit bigger ones. That's about a gram of mass. Mass and weight are different. And you may have learned about this in elementary school when talking about going to different planets or the moon. I have so much mass. There's so much stuff that makes me up. Okay? That doesn't change unless I chop off a finger or something, then I have less mass. Your weight will change because weight is two factors. Your weight is how much mass you have and the amount of gravity that's acting on you. So here on Earth, the Earth is pulling down on your mass. So your weight is 100 and maybe 90 pounds. 100 and like me, 195-ish pounds. If I was to go to the moon, there's less gravity there. My mass would be the same. There's still the same amount of stuff. But because there's less gravity pulling on me, my weight would change. What it would be like to lift me. Okay, if I went into a scale, that's difference. Okay, but a gram is our base unit for measuring mass, how much stuff there is there. Okay, how much stuff, matter, and that won't change. All right, going back to the top here. So you can see our gram, meter, and liter here. This is our base. If you were to move to the right one spot, this is a prefix like submarine, preview, what's another prefix? Unpopular. Those prefixes mean something. Unpopular, unimportant. It means not. Preview, predict. That pre means before. So a prefix can mean something. This deci is a prefix. It means something. It means 1/10. 1/10. So what does that mean? Okay, here's our gram. Well, that's not a gram. Here's our gram. If I was to take that gram, okay, let's take our paper clip. Let's try to take a paper clip. Be helpful if I wasn't drawing in white. If I was to take a paper clip, okay, now I'm going to unbend this. I'm going to straighten it out. This is our gram. Here we go. So I took my gram, a large paper clip, or whatever it was, maybe a chunk of this. If I were to take that and I was to divide it up into 10 equal sections. Now, I'm not going to be able to do that perfectly, but I'm going to give it a shot here. If I was to divide that up into 10 spots, 10 equal pieces. Oh my. This is going to be hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll cheat a little bit here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's pretend they're all the same exact length. One of these one of them, say this one here, this would be a decigram. Decigram, one of them. It would be 1/10 of a gram, a decigram. So when you're going this way, we're getting smaller. Okay? 1 decigram would be 1/10 of a gram. I took a gram, whatever it was, divided it up into 10 equal parts, and a decigram is one of them. Okay? This would be 2 decigrams. Give me 2 decigrams of something. Well, take whatever it is, a gram of it, divide it up into 10 sections, and give me 2 of them. Or 3 decigrams. Take a gram, divide it up into 10 equal parts, decigram, and give me 3 of them for 3 decigram. Now, you could do that with a liter. Okay. I could take a liter. Oh boy, here we go. Here's a container, a big container. I'm going to take a liter of water, fill it up. Now I'm going to take a marker, and on the side of the glass, I'm going to draw lines, and I'm never going to be able to draw 10 equal lines here. But you'll get the idea. Oh God, this is going terribly. All right, let's pretend these were straight lines. And then this would be 1 deciliter if there was 10 of them here. If I took one of these out, I'm looking at 1 deciliter of water here if they were straight. Okay. Same thing with a meter. I can take a distance between me. Here I am. And I'm going to stand 1 meter away from a wall. I'm 1 meter away. 1 meter. If I were to divide that up into 10 little sections, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I think. I can move 1 decimeter. Remember, meter is distance. I can move 1 decimeter. I can take one little step. Or I can move 5 decimeters. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and end up here. Now I moved 5 decimeters and I'm 5 decimeters away. Or however many I wrote. It's supposed to be 10. But it's hard to draw like that. So if you're doing a deci anything, you're dividing it up, your base unit, into 10 equal parts, and then each one of them is a decigram, or a deciliter, or a decimeter. So what do you think we're going to do here? Let's go back to our paperclip. I stretched out a paperclip. Right? I stretched out a paperclip. Well, if for a decigram, remember our paperclip is about a gram of mass. For a decigram, I divided it up into 10 equal parts. For a centigram, I'm going to divide it up into 100 equal parts, which I'm never going to be able to do here. Oh, that's it. Oh no, I'll never be able to do it. Divide this up into 100 little parts. equally. And then every little part would be 1 centigram. 1 of 100. If I broke this up into 100 equal parts, one of them would be worth a centigram, which I'm finding impossible to do. But you get the point. Take a gram, divide it up into 100 equal parts, and one of them is a centigram. 2 of them would be 2 centigrams. You could do the same thing with a meter. Take a meter, divide it up into 100 equal parts. Each one is a centimeter, which you've heard of before. A centimeter is 1/100th of the meter. 2 centimeters, it's 2 of the 100 parts. So what do you think you're doing with the milli? Milli. Right. Hopefully you're saying to yourself or out loud or to your dog or cat or whatever, I'm going to take that paper clip, I'm going to divide it up into 1,000 pieces. A little paper clip divided into 1,000 pieces. Each piece then would be 1 milligram. 1 milligram. A gram divided up. If you took some volume of water, took a liter of water, and divided it up into 1,000 little pieces of water, each one would be a milliliter. Distance, if I had a meter and I divided it up into 1,000 sections, and I took 1 out, that's a millimeter. 1 of the 1,000 that I broke that meter up into. Check the time, how long I've been talking. Okay. Going the other way, our units are getting larger. Okay? If I took a gram here, right, I have 1 paper clip. A decagram would be like having 10 times that. Not 1 paper clip, but 10. A decameter, take a meter, right, about a guitar, but 10 guitars long. If I had a liter of water, 10 times that amount. Hecto means 100. So instead of having one paper clip, right? Even this is pretty light. This might be a little bit more than the gram, not too much. Having 100 of these, that's what a hectogram would be. A meter, not just 1 guitar length, 100 guitar lengths. That's a hectometer. Same thing with a liter. Not 1 liter, but 100 liters. Hectoliter. And for kilo, instead of having 1 paper clip, you have 1,000 paper clips. 1,000 times 1. For a meter, it's not just 1 guitar length, it's 1,000 guitar lengths. A kilometer. And same thing for kiloliter. Okay, so I went on for about 20 minutes, and that's all I wanted to do. Hopefully you have these in your notes, and tomorrow we'll go over this stuff together. I hope this all recorded, because I don't want to do it again. Although my drawings might be better. Probably not, though.